to you by
Nestle Everyday जीवन साथी in association with LIC नेपाल जीवन साथी रहनेछ साथ जीवन पश्चात।
मायाको वास्तविकता तब थाहा हुन्छ जब दुःख परेको बेलामा कुनै एक व्यक्तिले हामीलाई मायाको साथ दिन्छन् र मायाको आवाज दिन्छन्। नमस्ते अनि स्वागत छ यहाँलाई नेस्ले एभ्रिडे जीवन साथीमा र म हुँ मालविका सुब्बा। र आज हामीले यस्तो एक जोडीलाई निम्ति आएका छौँ जसको माया दुःखको बेलामा फस्टायो र पलायो। 2005 सालमा नेपाल छिर्नु भएकी एकजना अमेरिकन नागरिकले 18 वर्षको उमेरमा यहाँको दुःख र बच्चाहरूलाई राम्रो शिक्षा दिने मनसायका साथ कोपिला भ्याली स्कुलको सञ्चालन सुरु गर्नुभयो। 50 जना विद्यार्थीहरूबाट सुरु गर्नुभएको, 50 जना बालबालिकाबाट सुरु गर्नुभएको, अहिले त्यो स्कुलमा 400 जना विद्यार्थीहरूले फ्रीमा पढ्दै गर्नुभएको छ। 2015 सालमा CNN हिरो अफ द इयर पनि उहाँले प्राप्त गर्नुभयो। त्यसै क्रममा उहाँको आफ्नो छोरालाई उहाँले पनि गुमाउनु परेको थियो र त्यही दुःखको बेलामा उहाँले आफ्नो जीवन साथी जेरेमी पावर रेजिम्बललाई भेट्नुभयो अमेरिकामा र त्यसरी नै त्यही दुःखको बेलामा जेरेमीको मायाका साथ उहाँको जीवन अगाडि बढ्यो र अहिले उहाँहरूको 15 महिनाको छोरी रुबी पनि हुनुहुन्छ र आज हाम्रो साथ फर्स्ट टाइम अन एनी नेसनल टेलिभिजन चाहे त्यो नेसनल होस् या इन्टरनेसनल आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ म्यागी डोयन र उहाँको जीवन साथी जेरेमी पावर रेजिम्बल।
Hello.
Namaste.
Namaste.
How are you? Thank you for coming to the show.
Thanks
Please
for
have a
having
seat.
us.
Thank you. Hi, Jeremy.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, both of you.
Oh, it's so good to be here.
Thank you so much for making time.
Thanks for having us.
Maggie-लाई चाहिँ अलिअलि नेपाली आउँछ नि है?
हजुर आउँछ।
यहाँको यात्रा, like your journey to Nepal has been the most amazing journey for you as well, right? Definitely. And when you started out with Kopila Valley, it must have been like one of the life-changing events for you, right? You were about 18 years old when you left America and you started on a backpacking trip. And then probably 23 when you started Kopila Valley, is that right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Really young.
How did you find Nepal at that time?
I mean, it was so different than anything I'd ever experienced. I felt like if I had chosen the most opposite place on earth than suburban New Jersey and New York where I grew up, it would have been someplace like here. And you know, my first entry to Nepal was through the Midwestern region. Like I hadn't been to Pokhara or Kathmandu or seen the more urban communities. So I started in rural Nepal and it was, you know, shell-shocking and different, and it also really captured my heart. It stole my heart from the day I crossed over the border at Nepalganj. I felt like this place was special and had something to teach me and to offer me, and it has. It's taken over my life's course completely.
You co-founded Kopila Valley.
That's right.
I believe you started with 50 children?
Yeah, so actually it started really, really small with the concept that children needed their basic needs met. This was in 05, 06 as the Civil War was coming to a close. Very affected in the Karnali region where my co-founder and I started our work. And the idea was just do what we can to help a small population of children in need. And there were children breaking rocks by the side of a riverbed. And there was this one little girl, her name was Hima. And she looked up at me and said, "Namaste, Didi," with this big smile. And I thought right then and there, I wanted to do something. And my co-founder, Tope Bahadurmullah, was an orphan himself, and he knew what hardship was. He knew what it was like to grow up without food and to be cold in the winter and have to go to India to work when he was 12. And we just decided that we had to do something. And we didn't know that we'd end up committing our lives and building this organization, but it's taken over and it's been the best.
I know for a fact, I can speak for all the Nepali people, that you have been amazing, and especially also for the people in Surkhet, where your work lies and where your home lies, your second home or first home lies. We're all very proud of you, and we're honored that you've chosen to do this in our country. And of course, the CNN Hero of the Year award was another biggest thing for Nepal, and We're really very proud of you.
Oh.
नेपालको छोरी भन्न नै चाहन्छौँ हामी म्यागीलाई किनभने उहाँले जुन तरिकाको काम गर्नुभएको छ एकदमै राम्रो गर्नुभएको छ सायद हामी आफैले पनि even for us it would have been difficult for us to even imagine to do the same. So over the years you started with the Kopila Valley Women's Center as well, the Kopila Valley Health Clinic, and now you're working on the Kopila Valley campus, which was inaugurated just a few days or few weeks ago, right?
Correct, yeah.
And now you have about what, in the school itself there is about what, 400 students?
Correct, yeah.
400
We've
students.
got 400 kids and now another 50 kids who have graduated and are off at college and going to university and doing programs around the world.
So the Kopila Valley School operates free of cost?
Correct, yeah.
Oh.
So it's for children who are orphans or incredibly vulnerable, children who don't have their basic needs met, children who are unable to cross that barrier and get into school. And we find those children, we have hundreds of kids who come and apply. Actually, it's admission season right now. And we choose the most needful and we give them a full lifetime scholarship with absolutely everything they need to become the next generation of teachers and government officials and change makers who will help rebuild this country and build this country.
So Jeremy, I believe this is like, even for both of you, this is the first time that you are on camera in front of a TV giving an interview as a couple. We haven't forgotten you.
That's okay.
Jeremy is a filmmaker. You've done documentaries. In your 20s, you started The Lab magazine. You've also done a feature film, which I was going through your bio, and then I was like, oh, he's done a feature film with Selma Blair as well. And then you've also made a documentary together, Love Letters for My Children with Maggie. You're also working on documentaries at the moment.
Yeah.
How has filmmaking changed your life?
Oh.
Very serious question.
I don't know. It's weird. I think something I've done since as far as I can remember. So I don't know if it's changed my life, but like a big thing that did is I probably would have never met Maggie because we kind of met through. It's hard to tell what started first, the relationship or the documentary, but if it wasn't for filmmaking, I probably would have never met Maggie because it was a good friend of ours that introduced us through filmmaking. So, yeah.
Keeping that in mind, let's go back to the time the two of you met. So the first time you met was in 2015.
Correct, yeah. So I was speaking at a conference called the Do Lectures. I was giving a talk and Jeremy was there attending as well. It's this amazing conference that happens in California and you sleep in teepees and there's really good talks and I was speaking and yeah, we just met and connected and just as friends. There was nothing romantic, no big sparks. I think we were both, just fascinated by each other. And then it was time to leave. I had to leave and fly back to Nepal and I was going to be gone for gosh knows how long and Jeremy asked for my number. And I was in Nepal and things were busy, CNN Heroes was happening, I have all the kids. I work all the time and every now and again we'd send a message back and forth, but it was nothing big or dramatic and until...
She's very hard to keep in touch with.
Yeah,
here.
because usually you would date like a single person, or even if the person was a single mom, probably they would have like 2 kids, 3 kids.
Yeah.
She had like 400, almost 400, or starting with 50. That's a
Yeah.
lot to keep up with.
Yeah.
What fascinated you about Maggie when you met her initially?
Oh, everything. Well, the first time I met her she told like her whole story, which blew my mind. So immediately I wanted to like come over, help tell their story and be involved any way I could. But I think the first time I came to the home is when I knew just like how special Maggie was and what she was doing and just meeting all the kids. And I don't know, she's incredible.
Aww. I
Yeah.
can feel the love.
I think for me, I was working and I grew up in Nepal and I was just so headstrong and focused on the organization and my work and the kids and I couldn't envision my life with a partner. It was just, how is that going to happen? How would that person fit into the puzzle and want to move to Nepal or move to Surkhet? And there wasn't a dating life where I was and
Definitely not.
And so I had never envisioned my life with someone or someone who could fit into the life there. And so we got really lucky at meeting and just combining our lives together, because how would it ever work? Like living in LA and living in rural Nepal, it didn't seem to me that it was in the cards. And by some miracle we met and we connected, and it was just a true love story through and through.
Yeah, definitely.
What fascinated you about Jeremy?
I think Jeremy just felt like a tree. Like he was
A tree.
A tree. Like he's so sturdy and so strong and confident and sure of himself. And though not on camera all the time, but I think, I don't know, they say that love is like, people don't believe in the spiritual side of things, but I felt the initial, like when I saw him again after meeting him initially, I was like, wow, like it was a full-blown, like I was in love with him. Just, there's no way to describe it. I just felt this instant connection, like, who is this person? I have to know them. And there's mixed opinions on whether that can happen, but to me, I just knew right away, like almost instinctively, that this is the person that I want to be with. Like, I think it was on the first couple dates that I just felt like I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. It was so fast.
Wow.
Yep.
I wouldn't recommend it, like meeting someone and just completely falling in love. But it's true, like I just felt like I have to know this person. I want to be with them. I love him, and it's so true. Like everything about us is compatible, and we get along, and we're best friends. And I was so nervous when he first came to Surkhet. I was like, what if he hates Nepal? Like, what if he can't live in this rural area where life is hard and different, so different than the U.S. But sure enough, he came and just fit into the picture. Like it was like he'd always been there, and the kids loved him. And
well, you were lucky that it
Yeah.
actually happened that way.
yeah, all of my friends were like, "What's your dating profile gonna look like? You're never gonna meet anyone. Like no one's gonna come out there." Like it didn't seem like it could have ever happened, and yet it did. So.
Thank you for sharing your stories with us. With that, we'd like to take our first break right here on जीवन साथी. आज हामी जीवन साथीमा एकदमै स्पेशल गेस्टलाई निम्ति आएका छौँ. CNN हिरो अफ द इयर अवार्डका विजेता हुनुहुन्छ आज हामीसँग रेसिपिएन्ट भनौँ म्यागी डोयन हुनुहुन्छ र साथसाथै उहाँको जीवन साथी फिल्ममेकर जेरेमी पावर रेजिम्बाल पनि हुनुहुन्छ. कतै नजानुहोला. ओन्ली अन नेस्ले एभ्रीडे जीवन साथी. विल बी राइट ब्याक.
Brought to you by
Nestle Everyday Jeevan Sathi in association with LIC Nepal Jeevan Sathi रहनेछ साथ जीवन पश्चात.
पुनः स्वागत छ यहाँलाई नेस्ले एभ्रीडे जीवन साथीमा. आज हामीसँग निकै नै स्पेशल गेस्ट हुनुहुन्छ. म्यागी डोयन हुनुहुन्छ र उहाँको जीवन साथी जेरेमी पनि आज हाम्रो साथमा हुनुहुन्छ. So we were talking about how you met, how you fell in love. If I like sitting back here, it sounds like such a fairy tale story. But I was watching the documentary Love Letters for My Children. त्यो Love Letters for My Children यदि यहाँले हेर्नु भएको छैन भने हेर्नुहोस् हैन. म्यागीको स्टोरी चाहिँ मैले धेरै अगाडिदेखि CNN हिरो को लागि when we were nominated, त्यहाँदेखि I've been following your story. I've been following on Instagram. I asked a lot of people to vote for you as well, and I was every day I was going on their page and voting for you every single day, and it was such a happy moment for us. And there are certain stories on your Instagram page which I have cried, and it has given me goosebumps as well. So I know it's very personal talking about that issue, but there was a child named Ravi who was a son for you, and you had him from when he was a very small age. But I'm unaware about the story as to how he came into your life.
Yeah, so Ravi was we have 50 children in our home, and he was a severely malnourished child. He was an orphan, and I was so in love with him, and went through a long sort of medical journey with him, and yeah, like all of my children, I was very bonded, and we lost Ravi in a terrible accident, and you know, I thought after that happened, it was losing my child, and it was horrific. It was terrible. It was, you know, I didn't think I'd ever stand or walk or be able to live again. And yeah, so I went back to the States. I went back to the town I grew up in. I needed some time to heal and recover, and it was, you know, just a very, very dark time in my life. And after a couple of weeks of just not being able to move, eventually my friend said, you know, come to California, you have to get out, you have to get into the sun. And CNN Heroes was doing this amazing training also in LA as part of the whole curriculum. And so actually it was my first night that I was out. I had to go to LA for CNN Heroes, and that was the day that we met up again. And
There is this line that you said, you've mentioned there, I felt like I would never be able to love again. Mm-hmm. And then you fell in love.
yeah.
So do you think that what you went through sort of connected you to Jeremy in some ways?
Yeah, I think at a time when I was really questioning my faith and just life in general, and angry. I was angry and I was bitter and I was resentful, and I just didn't know how to go on. To meet him right after that showed some form of just validation, like it's okay, I'm gonna be okay, I'm not gonna get through this, but I can feel love and I can feel joy again, and I can go back to Nepal and raise my family and be with my children, and it's never going to be okay, but I'm going to get back, and I'm going to do my work, and I'm going to help even more children as a result. So we've slowly been working through it as a family, and yeah, there has been joy and laughter and all good things again.
How did you feel, Jeremy? Like, because when you initially met, the Maggie that you met initially a year back, and the Maggie that you met a year later, who lost someone whom she loved with a dear life, who lost a son in her life, how was it meeting her at that point in time?
Well, the first time we met was before that, so I'd already had a weekend with her, but it was just really hard. Like just to see her go through that was so hard, and it's like I've never been close to anyone going through something like that, so I didn't have any experience with that, so it wasn't like, oh, I know what to do, this is what we do. So it's like all I could really do was just be there with her and listen, and the film kind of started out of that. It was kind of an idea that we were just going to do this road trip together, and it was going to be a therapeutic thing. We filmed conversations and interviews, and as we were driving, and I don't know, I think maybe I leaned towards filmmaking and listening because that's all I really knew how to do at the time. But yeah, it's been, it'll never be the same for her, but I think it's been pretty powerful to watch her go through all that, and then still not put on a face, but in some ways put on a face to keep the kids all happy while you're going through all that. It's a lot.
And when you came to Nepal with her, when you went to Surkhet, when you met all the children, when you saw how the kind of life that she was living, the kind of life, work that she was doing, how did that make you feel?
I think I was at a point in my life, like I had been working in advertising and I worked with big brands, and like one of the last things I did before, because I quit commercials, and that was like this makeup project. I won't say what it was, but some of the final conversations before like deciding to kind of like leave that life behind and focus on being over here was like a ridiculous conversation about like how many seconds the logo was going to be in there, and so I think I was like really looking for a big change.
Yeah,
so
something fresh.
It didn't scare me. If
yeah.
anything, it excited me and attracted to her. I don't know I think what you're doing is very. I don't know, everyone wishes that they, at a young age, would have like done that thing that they really believed in, so it's inspiring, and it was just exciting to be around. And yeah, we were really lucky that it worked out, that I was able to, get funding for a film and allow me to be over there and feel like I was being a part of it and helping rather than just, being there. But yeah.
This makes me question, what do you guys fight about?
Oh, now we're getting into it.
Yeah, झगडा चाहिँ कहिले चाहिँ झगडा पर्छ किनभने उहाँहरूको यति धेरै माया छ यति धेरै रिस्पेक्ट र सद्भाव छ एकअर्का प्रति. When do you fight? What do you fight about?
I don't. We don't really fight about big serious things. I think it's usually like Maggie hates like logistics and scheduling, and I love that kind of stuff. So it's silly things like that. Like I'll always be like, at the worst possible time, bring up like, so what's the schedule for next month? And I think that.
Yeah,
Maggie
he's
does
a
enjoy.
planner and I'm more spontaneous.
Yeah.
And those two kind of collide
clash,
sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also think, we had a baby last year.
Yeah.
And that's when you're sleep deprived
Yeah.
and all of the things that go along with the baby and diapers and navigating travel. And we're a really good team during a lot of those things. I think it's brought us together for the better, but people say sometimes you fight after you have a baby because you're just sleep deprived, but we've been okay.
Yeah.
Every
We have
now and
We have a
again.
very good baby, luckily. So.
Yeah.
Okay, on that note, we have some photos of you. So Maggie has made you our Nepali Doyne. Do you know what that means?
No.
She is Nepalko chori, which means Nepal's daughter. So now you've become Nepal's Doyne, which means Nepal's son-in-law.
All right.
Because the photo, you've got married in a very Nepali ritual as well, right?
We
So
did.
how did you plan that? How did you think about that?
So we wanted to throw the kids the biggest party of their lives. And, we never get invited to Nepali weddings. We're a family of 50 and we don't get to do it. So we thought, let's show the kids, in respect to their culture, because Nepali weddings are beautiful, like the union and the spiritual ceremony of it. And we're both not particularly religious, so we thought this is a really good way to bring, spirituality and wedding ceremony into it. So we love nature. We bused the kids to the top of the mountain in Pokhara, and we wanted to see the Himalayas. And we chose a few Nepali ceremonies and did the traditional walk down the aisle as well. And then just threw them an epic, beautiful Nepali wedding and party with all of their favorite foods and soda and drinks, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was really for the kids because our family, like a couple of family members came like from back in the States and Canada, but it was really just an epic party for the kids. They we want a swimming pool, we want chicken chili, and we're like, all right.
We just gave them everything that they'd ever want. Ice cream. They got to all choose their own outfit. The boys were all in Dora Sudal, and the girls were wearing these beautiful lenga choli and jewelry, and we all got made up and had the party of our lives.
So how did the conversation of marriage happen? Like, did you propose or do you do did you do the Nepali way? Do you want to get married? It's time to get married. Let's get married,
No, I think
The parents did not sit together, no.
No.
We had I think we had just talked about it, but and I think Maggie knew it was coming. It wasn't a surprise, but I proposed, and when we were on another road trip. Everything seems to happen on
Here
road trips.
or in America?
Back in the
In
States,
America.
yeah.
We were in Oregon on the coast there, which is like the first road trip and first date we had was a big road trip. So we went on the same road trip, and then one of the places along there.
And then it was really sweet. Beforehand, he asked the kids permission, and he sat them all in a room.
And you had no idea?
I had no idea. And he sat them all in a room. We do satsang every night, and it was the satsang room. And he said, I think, he was really nervous, and he's like, I
There's
think,
a lot of kids to ask.
I think I'm gonna, if you're okay with it, I'm gonna ask your mom if she wants to marry me. And I was downstairs in a meeting in the office, and I heard the whole house just shake, like, ah! And like the kids started screaming and cheering, but then they couldn't tell me. So
What did they say when you asked what's the commotion about?
they were just like, nothing, It's really sweet.
I'm sure that gave away a lot of things.
I think one of the girls said, Jeremy's gonna break up with you, and just walked away. And I was like, she just got all awkward. And I'm like, what are you doing?
So we asked the kids permission, which was really, I think, tells you the kind of guy that Jeremy is, like just involving them in the process so that they felt a part of it. And I think you were also worried that it would feel like he was taking me away from them. And instead we wanted to bring them into it and have them be a part of this journey as a family. So the wedding was very much in that light of just, it's a family, we're becoming a family, all of us together, and it was so much fun.
Okay, let's move on to the second photo. So this is the holy photo with you and Ruby. How is it celebrating the festivals in Nepal? How much of the culture have you been able to, celebrate or be a part of?
All of it. We celebrate every holiday, Dasai, Deepawali. Holi is our absolute favorite, as you can see in the photo. It's just, who else wouldn't want to have a festival about love and throwing color and water on each other? It's the best, I say it's the best holiday in the world.
Me, not a fan of Holi.
No!
Not a fan of Holi.
You have to come celebrate at our house. It's all fun.
कतै नजानु होला हामी छिटै आउने छौं only on Nestle Everyday जीवन साथी आज हामीले एकदमै स्पेशल गेस्ट Maggie Doyne र उहाँको जीवन साथी जेरेमीलाई निम्ति आएका छौं र उहाँहरुको स्टोरी फर्स्ट टाइम कुनै नेशनल टेलिभिजनमा यहाँले हेर्न पाउँदै हुनुहुन्छ नेशनल या इन्टरनेशनल टेलिभिजनमा हेर्न पाउँदै हुनुहुन्छ we'll be right back.
Brought to you by
Nestle Everyday जीवन साथी in association with LIC Nepal जीवन साथी रहनेछ साथ जीवन पश्चात.
पुनः स्वागत छ यहाँलाई Nestle Everyday जीवन साथीमा. So Maggie and Jeremy, it's now time for the section where we'll be showing you videos of few people who know you very well.
जुन बेला उहाँ पहिला आउनु भयो लाइक मलाई स्टोरी बच्चाहरूले पनि सुनाउँछन् क्या घरमा पानी थिएन हामी चाहिँ नि बुलबुलेमा चाहिँ नि शनिबार उनीहरू लुगा धुनदेखि लिएर नुहाउनदेखि लिएर घरबाट 20 मिनेट हिँड्ने बाटो छ क्या त्यहाँ चाहिँ नि सानो सानो नानीहरू 50 जना नानीहरूलाई लिएर घरमा पानी नआएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि त्यो 19 वर्षको मान्छेले त्यस्तो दुःख त्यस्तो सेवा गरेको देखेर चाहिँ नि मलाई अचम्म लाग्थ्यो के त्यो कुराहरू सुनेर.
In terms of fun, Maggie's highs are really high and her lows are pretty low, whereas Jeremy kind of rides smoothly and just generally has fewer swings.
दुईजना मध्ये मलाई रोमान्टिक चाहिँ नि जेरेमी लाग्छ है. सरी म्यागी मैले because I remember like he used to come to my room to ask for like something to light, candles, like matches or lighter. अनि मलाई चाहिँ ए कस्तो रोमान्टिक मान्छे रहेछ टक्क मैनबत्ती बालेर त्यो भनौँ न राम्रो त्यो इसेन्सहरूको मैनबत्ती बाल्छ कि उनले रुममा अनि त्यसपछि कस्तो मजाले कुराहरू त्यही भएर जेरेमी चाहिँ नि अलि बढी रोमान्टिक लाग्छ मलाई.
I would say they're genuine. You always know what they're thinking. They're sharp. You can't get anything by them. And they're joyful.
म चाहिँ यो जेरेमी र म्यागीको कपाललाई के भन्न चाहन्छु भन्दा जुनसुकै यो म्यागीले र मैले गर्दा यो हाम्रो यो चाहिँ नेपालको 6 नम्बर प्रदेश सुर्खेतमा जुन चाहिँ हामीले 16 वटा जिल्लाको भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई शिक्षाबाट वञ्चित भएको भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई शिक्षा दिन पाउँदा अति नै यो चाहिँ 6 नम्बर प्रदेशलाई अगाडि बढाउने काम भइरहेको छ. त्यस्तै गर्दै जाँदा यो चाहिँ म्यागी र जेरेमीलाई यो हाम्रो नेपाल सम्पूर्ण विकट या शिक्षाबाट वञ्चित क्षेत्रलाई अझै सहकार्यसँगै गरेर लामो हातेमालोको साथ थुप्रै पिछडिएका भाइ बहिनी र विभिन्न जिल्लालाई सहयोग पुगोस् र यसरी फर्दरलाई हामी सबै मिलेर चाहिँ यहाँको कपालसँग शिक्षाबाट वञ्चित नेपालका भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई अझै नै थप शिक्षा पुग्ने ऊर्जाको साथ बनोस् भन्ने शुभका हातेमालो गर्दै अगाडि बढोस् भन्ने शुभकामना दिन चाहन्छु र उहाँलाई यो सजेस्ट पनि मेरो यही नै.
So you're the fun one and he's the romantic one.
Definitely.
Because when I look at the videos and the photos that you put up on Instagram, sometimes I remember there was this one video where you did it like with one go. You were shooting in one go, and then all the kids were dancing, and some of them were washing dishes, some of them were cooking and everything. So it seems like a very fun place to be at.
It's filled with joy and laughter. There's always music playing, and it's the best place on earth. It's my favorite place on earth.
So tell us about how the Kupila Valley campus is progressing so far.
It's, I think it's the coolest school in the world. It's Nepal's greenest school. So it requires zero energy from the outside. There's even a solar cooker that generates the gas that cooks the food, and biogas and solar panels for every room and the fan, and then there's a 300,000 liter rainwater harvest tank. It's rammed earth technology built by some of the best minds and Nepali engineers and architects around, and it's been 5 years in the making. I think it's taken a lot of work. The earthquake happened right in the midst of it all, so that made us go back to the drawing boards even more structurally. And it's just a dream come true. I love it, and I hope that it's a model and something that we can take to scale and continue to educate more of Nepal's children.
Jeremy, through all the years that you've known Maggie now, and being married to her and having a child with her, what have you learned from Maggie?
Oh, what have I learned? So much. I think like one of the biggest things I admire about Maggie is I'm kind of like afraid and paranoid of things going wrong, and she's like, we've been in some crazy situations together where someone's really sick and like there may be their last day alive, and she's so good at just being like, if I was that person, what would I want right now? Where it could be easy to be like afraid to be like, I don't know what to do. She's like, she'll be the first one that jumps right into a situation and is like right there with that person and holding them. And I don't know, I think I've always admired that no matter who it is or no matter where we are in the world, she's just so compassionate about other people, and she's always thinking, if I was in this situation, what would I want people to treat me like? So.
What have you learned, Maggie, from Jeremy?
I've learned to plan. Having a plan is good.
She finally admits, or has she admitted already?
She admits that all the time.
Oh, yeah?
Usually after, though.
Oh, after.
And I think at the end of a long work day, he'll just take my phone and take the computer and shut it down and just be like, we have to be in this moment. And he brings me to the present moment and reminds me that like we don't know how long we're going to be here. We have to love one another and be with our family and be present and make every day count. Make every day count. He'll always be the one that's like, let's go on this trip, or let's go do something, or let's take the kids here. And yeah, it can't all just be work, work, work and struggle. There has to be enjoyment and, you know, being present and happy together. So I think he brings that to my life.
Your daughter is growing up in Nepal. She's growing up with the children. She's about 15 months old now. Will you be bringing her up in the days or the years to come here itself?
Oh yeah, she speaks better Nepali than both of us. Today
what
she,
about,
today
what
she,
about the schooling part? Have you thought of it?
Well, the reason why we want to have the best school in all of Nepal is so that our children and Ruby, our biological daughter, can go there and have the best education. And that's kind of the idea of the school. It's like, where would you want your kids to go to school? Let's build that for all of Nepal's children. Every single child, no matter who they are, where they're born, who their parents are, where they come from, whether they're a street child begging on the road or a kid up in Humla in the most rural area, should have access to the best education. And that is what this school is about. So our dream is for Ruby to be able to go there and be educated along with our other children. And that's a big motivator in why we do the work that we do, so that our kids have a wonderful life and so that all of Nepal's children are cared for and kept safe and nurtured and educated and loved. And that's why we want to be in this country. And there's still more children out there who need all of our help. So thank you for the platform to share that.
Thank you so much. blinknow.org उहाँको वेबसाइट छ त्यसमा पनि तपाईले डोनेसन गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ भने you can go to the page as well as donate for the lovely work that Maggie is doing. We'll take another break before we move on to the last segment where we'll be playing games. So we've had conversations. I don't know if you've watched the show or not. So the last segment is all about games, and we'll be asking you a few rapid-fire questions about the two of you. So please be ready for that. कतै नजानु होला. हामी छिट्टै नै फर्किन्छौँ only on Nestle Everyday जीवन साथी.
Brought to you by
Nestle Everyday जीवन साथी in association with LIC नेपाल जीवन साथी रहनेछ साथ जीवन पश्चात.
पुनः स्वागत छ यहाँलाई Nestle Everyday जीवन साथीमा. So Jeremy and Maggie, we have a game for you. So this is like a competition. The two of you will be playing the games separately. Just before that.
Separately, this is
So I have something here.
it's dangerous. Could change the rest
Very
of the
dangerous.
week if I answer all these.
Okay, let me just, yeah. So I'll be blindfolding the two of you, one by one. And there will be various objects in front of you. You'll have to, of course, touch them and tell us what is what.
Okay.
So I'll start with you first.
Okay.
I'm sorry, like, I'm blindfolding Maggie Doyne.
I want to take a picture.
Please
Can I
don't
take a
kill
picture?
me.
This is my phone.
Please don't kill me.
I have to practice. Hold on. Okay, I'm good.
So I'll do this. Okay, here's your first.
A juice box.
Oh, yay!
And it's probably Nestle because they're the sponsor. Woo! Milo?
No, you are absolutely correct, huh?
Yes!
Yeah, but it's coffee. The coffee beater, the kisar, the coffee takke bad. No, wait.
Maggie,
Okay, okay.
Whoa.
I thought I won.
No, here's another one.
Oh, this is a ping pong ball. Yes!
Yes!
That's because my kids love ping pong.
Oh, here's the next one. I feel like she can see from.
Underneath.
It's a highlighter. Or a pen?
Yeah, it's a highlighter.
Yes!
Okay.
She's not
here's
competitive
the
at all.
Last one.
This is hard, but it goes around my wrist. Could be a tape measure. Oh,
What's the
wait.
final
It
answer?
sounds like a timekeeper! Stopwatch!
Yay!
Wow.
Not bad at all.
Woo!
So, should I? Yeah.
You can try. That was impressive.
Jeremy, try beating that. No way.
Well, it's impossible because you got everyone right. So
No, it's the time.
you
They're
can
gonna.
only tie. Oh, it's time.
I'll be judging according to how quickly you've. Okay.
Do I get to do the same item?
No, definitely not. We have another bowl right here. Okay, here's your first one.
Marker.
Correct.
Nice job.
Here's the second one.
Mouse for a computer.
Yes. Here's the third one.
Electrician's tape.
Correct. Here's the fourth one.
Batteries.
A team!
Oh, he can't see
Oh, yeah.
Are you trying to high five me?
you. Yeah.
Did you miss it here? Oh, yeah. We
That
got
was the
this.
lamest time ever. Would you please be sweet and like untie him?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I went to give you a high five.
But I
with the
think
blindfold.
time-wise, he was faster.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
he was
win.
faster, right?
You were
So we have a
faster.
gift hamper for you, Jeremy, from Nestle.
Wow.
You can take this back
Thank
to
you.
Circuit.
Nice.
Thank you.
Wow. This is so funny. Okay, now it's
Should I put it
question
up
answer
here or
time.
it doesn't matter?
Anywhere is fine. So I'll be asking questions about the two of you, to two of you. So I'll be asking questions about Jeremy to you, and I'll be asking questions about Maggie to you. So this is, if it's correct, you show this. If it's incorrect, you show this.
Angry face. Okay.
Yeah, angry face. You'll have to show it towards the camera. Since you won, I'll be asking the questions to you. You'll be
Oh gosh.
showing the emojis.
It's my reward. Does I have to go first? Okay.
Here it goes. Who is the most influential person in Maggie's life?
Whoa. Me. Dalai Lama.
So मेरो प्रश्न चाहिँ के थियो भने माइकको लाइफमा सबैभन्दा प्रभावकारी व्यक्ति को हुनुहुन्छ भनेर सोधेको थिएँ and जेरेमीले म आफै भन्नु she definitely is incorrect. What's the correct answer?
Definitely Topji, my co-founder who started Copula with me. You're close though. You're up there.
Second place with 0.5. Okay.
There's a lot though. I have many influential people.
What is a favorite series or sitcom that she loves to watch at times?
Favorite series, Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah. But it's freaky.
Yeah, it is. I can't watch it. America or Nepal? Her choice.
For Maggie,
Yeah.
Nepal.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have asked this question. Her favorite food?
Favorite food.
You have to be quick. Quick.
Dalbat.
It's all about power 24-hour.
Oh my god. Maggie त एकदमै नेपालको छोरी नै हो त्यसमा त कुनै शङ्कै छैन तपाईहरुले सफा गर्नुहुन्छ भने त नगर्नुस् please. Do you know how to cook the whole dal, bhat, tarkari, achar?
Yeah, but not very well.
Not very well.
Not very well.
Okay.
I need to improve in that area. Not a good cook.
Okay. The last question. What has been the most challenging moment for her since she co-founded Copila Valley?
The most challenging. Wow. As hard as it is to say, probably the loss of Robbie.
Yeah.
That is true. Okay. So you get 4 on 5. Okay. So you pass on
Now
the
I
emoji to him.
I have to beat that, huh?
But I'm in
All right.
control of whether it's
I'm
right or
ready,
wrong.
and I'm going to be fast. I'm going to be quick.
Okay. All right, here is a question, Maggie. Favorite filmmaker? Jeremy's favorite filmmaker.
Mark Duplass.
Correct. You have to be honest about it, okay?
Oh, okay.
So if you guys had a boy, what would have Jeremy named him?
Echo.
What?
Echo. I would have almost made anything right, but that was
What would you have named if you guys had a boy? Definitely not that.
I don't know. I'm afraid to say. What are some steals?
We were trying to come up with like Nepali names that also fit in America. That's why we chose
talked about
Ruby,
Yeah.
River. Or
River,
Griff.
Griffin.
Yeah.
I don't know. We were just.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I said-
I don't know.
Okay. His favorite gadget?
Laptop.
Lap.
No, you'll have to come on. No. Oh, you've lost it already.
Oh dear, I
What's
don't
your
know.
favorite
you very
gadget?
Camera.
Oh yeah, obviously. I was just thinking about you editing all the time. You're
It's
always
true.
editing.
I
You can-
do like laptops, but sorry.
You only take so much and then you edit a lot. I should have known.
Sorry.
Okay. His most memorable moment with you?
Birthing Ruby Sunshine. Yeah.
His
Giving
favorite
birth.
food?
Tacos.
Yay! So Jeremy, you won again. Congratulations.
I'm a loser.
I'm sorry it's the same gift basket, even though it's from Nestle every day.
If you're lucky,
I'm sure
I'll-
you would like to share it
I'll
with
let you
Maggie.
borrow
You can.
some.
The kids can share.
That's right. Sorry.
So we've come to
Feel
the
bad.
end
I
of
feel
the
like I
show.
made
Thank
you
you
lose.
so much. We had so much fun. We also got to see some of the personal aspects of your life. Thank you so much for sharing with us for the first time on any national television. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before we go, I'd like to take a photo with you.
Oh yeah.
do it.
Love that.
Brought to you by
Nestle Everyday जीवन साथी in association with LIC Nepal जीवन साथी रहनेछ साथ जीवन पश्चात